Woo! Recording in progress. Okay, so I have been staying up kind of late. I can't tell if it's just the angle. I was checking to see if the bags have shown up yet. Do these look like bags or is it just the shadow?
They
I
they
think
look like they're bags, but it's hard to tell.
I think it's just the shadow, man. Like
Yeah, now they're gone. So yeah, they're gone.
no, I'm still retaining my youth. That's the whole thing. I only have one thing
Dude,
going
I
for
do the
me.
same
It's my
thing and I'm
youth.
like 11 years older than you. Like I'll be in my house and it looks fine and then I'll get in the car and I'll look in the rearview mirror and I'm like bags. But and then I realize it's just the shot because I even asked like female friends of mine. I'm like, "Listen, are there bags?" And they're
Is
like,
my
"No." I'm like,
hairline
"You be
still
honest
good?
with me, bitch."
Is my teeth still white? Is my hair whatever?
Oh, my
It's
hair's gray as shit, bro.
Gray's fine. It's just retaining it or not. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah, no, actually I still have a pretty decent hairline.
Yeah, dude. That's why I commented on. You got like a peaky haircut going. That's kind of the
Yeah,
popular.
like all my male cousins, dude, like lost their hair in high school. So they just like they look at me and they're I had hair longer than yours like during the pandemic. Like even up probably I don't even know we might have did our first video when I together and I had hair like past my shoulders.
Oh,
But
I do remember that. I
my
was like,
cousins were like, "Fuck you. You're just going to grow it just to spite all of us, eh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry if you got to cut that. I probably shouldn't have swore, but
I go back and forth. We should probably talk about Red Wings. I'll talk about my hair after that, but I go back and forth. Okay, so I was
yeah,
thinking,
I pretty much do the same thing. There will be times I'm just like, I'm just not gonna cut it, and then I'll be like, it's been like 2 months, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go for a haircut. And then it's been 6 months, and I'm like, nah. So I pretty much just decided during COVID, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna grow it until lockdown's done, and then that
yeah,
was 2 years. So,
grow it until you could afford a haircut. That's what I'm doing.
well, hey, I've been there, buddy.
I mean, you can get a cheap haircut. I'll probably just have
Hey,
take the
no, I've
razors
been
and
there
do
where
it.
it's like, you know what? I got $40 here. Do I spend 15 of it on a haircut? Nah,
Oh,
it's all good. I
yeah.
remember being a student, man. Fun times, fun times.
I was watching I don't really follow baseball anymore, but I was looking at some World Series highlights and Bryce Harper's batting like 427. He's got like 5 home runs and like 10 RBI, something like that. And his hair after he hit
The
the home
Phillies
run
won
to
last night, baby.
get past the Padres like looked perfect. Like he's like
I love Harper, dude.
he
I
must get his
love
hair done
Harper.
like
I
every
had
fucking day.
years ago, he had it like kind of like shorter to the sides than mine is now, like almost like mohawked, but like just this length, but then like zero all the way down, and it would like rat tailed down the back. And that was when he was still playing for the Nats. And I did that. I did like I was letting my buddy cut my hair or something. He was like trying to be a barber. So I'm like, just I don't know. I'm like, just give me like something stupid if you want, like Bryce Harper it. So all my buddies were like, "What are you doing with the hair?" And the Nats were kind of going deep in the playoffs at that time, and I was like, "I got the Bryce Harper going, boys. Fuck."
Dude, I thought it was gonna be just a shit show after he left the Nationals win the World Series, and then like 4 years later, nothing. But I guess now he's got his moment, right?
And Trout still hasn't played in the
I was
playoffs.
thinking that too. Mike Trout is got to be if Bryce Harper's 30, Trout's got to be like 32.
Is Harper 30 years old?
Yeah, dude, he's been in the league for a fucking decade.
Jeez, Mike Trout's 31.
Dude, baseball.
He's born
Uh,
in 91, so yeah, so
yeah,
he's legit 31. Okay.
baseball is run by like gigantic
Yeah, Harper's
franchises.
30. He's 1 year younger.
So it's so nice that I have not been following baseball at all, so I really shouldn't
Dude, I
comment.
haven't followed baseball for like 2 years. I'm a diehard Red Sox fan. I'll take it to the grave. Um, I was nuts in 18 when they won their last World Series. Even 19, I was nuts, and then kind of COVID hit, and I was just stopped caring. And I mean, it just Boston hasn't really been good. And you know what? I think it's dying. I think that game is dying. And
Baseball?
yeah, dude, it really is. If you think about it, in a way, not like it'll be dead, like it'll be gone in a couple years. But when I was probably about 10, 12 years old, I'm going back late 90s. Baseball was in the state that it's in now, where it was dead in the water. and it was probably 2 decades. Like by now, it would be dead. I think baseball would not be one of the 4 major pro sports right now if Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, and Sammy Sosa didn't take or not take steroids, whatever they did, and hit all those home runs, because America loves the long ball, and baseball is about the home runs. So them, all of a sudden, the 3 of them being all just overpowerful, that really brought baseball back to a point where it was like, oh my God, yes, baseball, baseball. And people started caring again. And I feel like it's been 20 years or a little over 20 years, but it's getting to that point again where it's dying and they need something in that game to fucking revive it.
Aaron Judge hit 63 home runs this year.
Yeah,
63.
but that's and that's incredible, because he legitimately probably is the one that is not on steroids. Again, we really don't know about Mark and Sammy and Barry, so I'm not going to say one way or the other. I think Mark did admit it though, did he not?
I cannot confirm or deny. I don't
Okay,
actually know.
I think one of them did, and I think it was McGwire that did say that he took some peds. But anyways, I don't think Judge has, and also 20 years later, after all that, the testing by
Yeah,
now, like there's no way a guy can get away with it. And you
yeah.
hear about like guys getting busted because they took like a Tylenol, and it's like, oh my God, he's on peds, and it's like, I took too many Tylenols. I took 3 instead of 1. Oh my God.
Judge is also like 6'8" and like 260 pounds. He's like built to hit the ball 500 feet. And
But you know what? Historically, bigger players weren't always deep ball hitters. Judge was kind of out of the norm.
I mean, like Adam Dunn was a giant. Like Jose Canseco was pretty big. Mark McGwire was pretty big. Sammy Sosa was pretty big.
But they were small. They were muscular big.
Like, wasn't Mark McGwire like above like 6? I don't know.
But
That,
you look at Mark McGwire back when he played for the Astros, and he was a little child. And then all of a sudden he was boom. He was like, oh, okay, you didn't just change that way in the off season.
yeah, I agree with you. I just saying the combination right now for me of like the ball like in the postseason. Oh, okay, let's talk about hockey. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about
okay. Mark
talk about
McGwire is 6'5", but yeah, let's get to fucking hockey. All right.
uh anyways, so this is what I was thinking, boys. I haven't watched the game. Boys always say boys, even if there's one boys in the room.
Boys, boys,
I
boys.
didn't watch the game on the day they lost to the Bruins 5-1. We could talk about that for a
Did
second.
you? Sorry. Did you watch that game?
Not at all. I haven't watched the
Oh,
game. I haven't watched the game since they lost to the Los Diablos.
El Diablos. Yeah. I watched the first period of the Bruins game and regretfully could not watch any further.
Is that bad, or were you busy?
No, unfortunately, Sportsnet gave me the Nesson feed.
Oh, you can't watch Jack Adams. I'd rather
No, bro, I can't. I can watch him. Like, I don't care what he
yeah,
looks like,
John
but
Edwards. What is that guy's?
Jack Edwards, you had it. He pierces my ears, man. It's like it's the same. I can't listen to
Dude, they scored
I
4
can't listen
goals.
to Leah Hextall. I can't listen to Edwards.
I watched
I
one
watched the
highlight.
first period and I was like, I think I was bleeding from the ears a bit. And I was like, I'm gonna try to stick it out for a little bit of the second. The intermission show came on and I heard his voice and I was like, nope, change.
I gotta pull that ranking up. I forget where he got put on there, but I watched one highlight and it was the 4th goal of the game, and it was like 1 minute into the third period. They score their 4th goal. He's like, "Game's over." It might have even been the end of the second period. He's just, yeah, he's definitely not as good as Mickey and
Well, we're spoiled.
Kent.
And I mean, I grew up in Canada, like obviously.
He's not as good as Mike Johnson or fucking Gord Miller or Darren
See,
Pang or
Gord Miller to me is an all-time, because I'm a Canadian guy. He was TSN always through and
yeah.
through. I mean, Dave Randorf, who's now the Tampa Bay Lightning announcer, he
Oh,
spoils my
he's
dad.
great. Yeah.
He to me growing up, he was the World Juniors, and then he moved on to the Spangler Cup. But I mean, World Juniors growing up in Canada, I like Christmas. By the time I was like 9, probably whatever, the age you are when you stop really caring, like believing in Santa. Probably about 8 or 9. And it was like Christmas didn't matter. I wanted Boxing Day to come. We call it Boxing Day in Canada because I wanted to watch the World Juniors and the World Junior. And that is the day after Christmas in Canada. I've been to parties as an adult where there's like, just like couples like me with like an ex and, like her family and there'd be 100 people there between adults and their kids. And like whatever time the game starts, it hits that time, and every man and most of the women are like, "What's going on? Is Canada winning? Oh, what's going on in the game?" It is just such a pure Canadian tradition that it's the fucking World Juniors.
I'm looking at the ranking. This is from last year. I can't find the 2022 for some reason. Boston Bruins 31. Local ranking. Local ranking they're 28. National they're 31.
He's
Last
not
season
even good locally. They don't even like him in Boston. How's he got a job? If 28% of the people that I deal with didn't like me, I don't think my boss would keep me around. My boss might. I don't know. But
shout out to I fucking forget his full name, but Remy, the Red Sox second baseman who passed away. He was former color guy. He was awesome. I missed that they were a fun team to listen to, but back to hockey really quick. So they
hey,
scored
while we're on the Bruins, can we talk
what?
for a second about Rass's suspension?
That's totally up in there. Yeah, I didn't actually see it. Do you want to say why it was bad? What happened? He hit an untouchable, right?
Okay, so honestly, I wasn't paying attention to the game because I had already shut the game off. I think we talked about it the next day, and I had quickly seen it on like Sports Center when I was getting ready for work. So I didn't really, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, he's getting a hearing, because I had said to you guys, to you and Evan, I had said, oh yeah, he's getting a hearing because it was on Krejci, who's kind of, I wouldn't say an untouchable, but a superstar National Hockey League player compared to Michael Rasmussen. But when I watch that, and then I look online and I see all these Red Wing fans going, it's so disgusting. Here's one comment, 100% bullshit. I'm not at all surprised. It's disgusting that politics take precedence over common sense. I don't even know what that comment means. Rasmussen, literally 2 hands on his stick, comes over and smashes Krejci in the head. The rule is you have to be responsible for your stick at all times. Rasmussen literally Sparta fucking sorted Krejci right in the face. He deserved probably more than 2 games. I'll take 2. I would have given him 5 games. I'll tell you that. Watching that over and over, I would have given him 5.
The way that the stick landed on Krejci's helmet and face mask was really lucky. Like
it was lucky that he was like just pulling his head back when the stick was coming. Had his face been there, he would have probably been hit pretty good in the chin.
Yeah, it's like fundamentals 101 that when you're going to check somebody, you don't use the butt of your stick to try and like spear them using like your momentum. And then like the other reason for not holding 2 hands on your stick while you're skating all the time is so that you don't end up like losing control and trying to use your stick to like maintain balance on the fall. So he was basically bracing his fall on Krejci's head.
Yeah, he was gonna just pretty much tripod with his stick if he was going down, but he forgot David was there. Another stupid comment I see says, this is absolute bullshit. Rasmussen was only trying to catch Krejci with a forearm on his follow-through. Okay, maybe he was, but he still needs to be responsible for where his stick is at, and his stick was in David Krejci's throat. So it's 2 games. I'm glad he gets away with just 2 games. The reason I had said that whole thing, I have a little story, not a long story, just by what I said, like, oh, because Rasmussen is, a younger, unknown kind of player.
Yeah.
Compared to Krejci, who is a superstar, Stanley Cup champion, multiple-time All-Star for the past 15 years. A guy that I know here, Brett, he's a Windsor guy, Brett Belmore. I used to hang out with him at the bars quite frequently. He went to high school with my best friend and played with one of my friends, Ryan Wilson, who played for the Colorado Avalanche. Anyways, Brett Belmore played for the Carolina Hurricanes. And Tom Wilson's rookie season. Now, Tom Wilson came out of juniors, a first-round pick, being like he was going to be probably like a Brendan Shanahan.
I didn't know he was that highly touted.
Like where he is a great player. Where he was going to probably be a 30 or 40 goal scorer and then beat the shit out of anybody that came near Ovechkin, which is what Shanahan did. Yeah, I'll score 40, and if anyone goes near Stevie, I'll kill him.
Yep.
But anyways, Belmore got a high stick on Wilson in the preseason, the last game of the preseason, and Belmore got 9 games, and that's when Shanahan was the director of player safety. And Belmore told us one night we were at the bar, and he goes, just heard today. He goes, Shanahan called me and said, you got 9 games, first 9 games of the season. And this is like his second year. He was mostly a call-up his first year, so those 9 games are a crucial part when you're trying to make the club. And, you're suspended? Yeah, okay, down to the minors, and if you play good, then we'll call you. Anyways, Shanahan said to Belmore, I got to give you 9 games because you're nobody, and Tom Wilson's an up-and-coming superstar. So this is completely, I know from firsthand, mouth-to-mouth hearing that it is how the league runs. That's why I originally thought, Rasmussen is the nobody and Krejci's the star. But then when you see that replay, I don't know if all these comments I'm reading that are saying, he meant to hit him with his forearm, they're not watching the same highlight I'm watching.
Yeah, he two-handed him over the head. I will say it probably wasn't as bad because, again, he made the way his stick made contact was like the most favorable to Krejci. I saw another video.
And also, I feel like it looks like when his stick is like at 90 degrees over his head, it kind of looks like he starts slowing down and maybe pulling back. Now, I don't want to act like, Red Wing bias. Rasmussen's the furthest thing from a dirty player. He barely even takes penalties. I do not think he wanted to Sparta / Krejci. I think it all just happened, and I think he kind of tried to slow down, but too much momentum is going, and
it's such a weird play. It looks really bad when you watch it. Like,
yeah,
I don't think anybody wants to do that.
If you try to watch it enough times, I do feel like Rasmussen maybe at one point is like, but there's too much momentum going, and it's like, it's like if you try to run down the stairs or up the stairs too fast and you realize you're going to miss it, but you can't slow down at that time, and now you're plopping.
Mid-check, Krejci's like, your cock's small. I heard it. It's a fact. Rasmussen's like, fuck you.
I don't know. I bet Rasmussen's got a meaty Swedish penis.
Okay, I also saw Veleno got a little Joey Poison. That's what some of my commenters call him. He got hit by some guy named Forbort. Is he good? He got like
Forbort?
Yeah, he got rocked.
What is he? He's a defenseman, I think, for Washington.
Derek Forbort. He's a defenseman for the Bees. Yeah, he gets
for Boston, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll copy the link and send it to you.
I saw that hit. I mean, yeah, it was questionable, but by no means is it anything like Rasmussen's high stick.
Oh, I'm not like calling out like dirty. I'm not the one to call that out. Honestly, I could give 2 fucks whether something's dirty or not. Like, you're playing in a league that is incentivizing like brutal physical things to happen. So I expect all that. My question was, is he cool? Like, I don't like Sundqvist is out. Matt Luff is on the fucking roster now.
Dude, have you seen? No, Luff is not in the lineup tonight.
Okay, I'm looking at the Red Wings roster, and
here's what our lineup is tonight. Husso's starting in net. The defense is all the same. Sherratt, Seider, Mata, Ronick, Hag, Lindstrom, Kubalik, Larkin, Raymond. Pop is centering Perrault and Soderblom.
That's what's up, bro.
Veleno on the third line, centering Zadina and Ernie. And Hugh Suter on the fourth line, centering defenseman Jordan Osterley and the recently recalled Giovanni Smith.
It's funny. We're calling
Giovanni's
him.
getting in tonight, baby. I hope he's gonna come in there like a fucking wrecking ball like he was all last
Honestly,
season.
they don't have like that scare factor. Like I know Sherratt hits hard as fuck, but maybe that's what they're missing. Somebody who's like gonna fucking amp the boys up with a little fight. I don't know how much that does mentally or like literally actually does for helping your team, but Soderblom playing with Kopp and Perron, he's like a talent guy. He makes great passes. So
are you
maybe
under the impression that Maurice Sider doesn't scare every single person on the face of the earth?
he's not gonna fight anybody though. I'm saying
No, he's
like
not gonna fight you, but look at the way he stares at people. And like I'm just gonna point out the obvious. That he's German. Germany has had one knock in the entire history of the world against them, and it's enough to make them the world's worst bad guy.
They've had two.
You're right, too. But, like, pretty much from the one, they were the world's worst people ever. And he terrifies me. Like, even when he lifted that puck in his first game last year, when he lifted the puck from Hedman, and he just stared at Hedman, the face was like...
Yeah, playing against Sherratt and Sider. It's like, come on, help me out. Like, where's Torrey? Where's Torrey?
Sherratt will mess some people up, man. And I mean, Ronick's not scared. Let's not forget that Ronick knocked out his teammate at the World Championships and sent that guy back on a plane home because he quit.
I didn't know that. Is Ronick still playing? Is he still on the PP1?
I don't.
Did they reformat that?
Oh, hey, Fleury's not starting tonight.
I
don't know. I saw that he was starting tonight, but this whatever I'm on now says he's not starting tonight.
This is like fucking God. I had this sick monitor set up, and now I have this tiny ass PC. It's. I cannot wait until we can just throw on like fucking goggles and have our workspace be like virtual.
Okay, sorry. What were you asking about PP1?
So you brought up Hronik and the fact that he's not a giant PP and he actually can rock people into injury. I was gonna say like,
well, no, I just said that he punched out his own teammate at the World Championships and
that's the same.
Sent him home.
It's the same thing. Let's fucking.
Yes, he is on PP1. He's on the point with Perron, and the PP1 is Larkin, Kubalik, Raymond with Perron, Ronick. PP2 looks like it's Kopp, Zadina, Soderblom with Sherratt and Sider. Okay, now this is telling me all kinds of different things. I know the score. By the way, I am confident, so confident in Detroit beating Minnesota tonight. I threw $200 on the Red Wings.
What was the line?
Plus 140. So 480 bucks if I come out on top. $280 win if I win.
Is it because they're coming off?
Oh, it is. Husso. Oh, Husso's expected. So earlier when I saw this app, it said Husso confirmed, Fleury confirmed.
Yeah.
Now this, two websites I just seeing say Nedeljkovic, and this app says Husso's expected and Gustafson's confirmed. So we don't even have to deal with fucking Fleury tonight.
Fantastic. Woo! Yeah, those stupid fucking gold blockers. What the hell? What does he think?
I love the guy.
Does he think he's a fucking Mormon or something?
I don't want to play him.
That's
well,
funny.
you don't remember. You were too much of a little child when he came up in Pittsburgh.
He had yellow pads.
All yellow pads. He had those in junior, and they didn't even match his team. Oh yeah, they were like Boston colors, and he wore them for Canada, and it was like he had all red and black with these bright yellow pads, and he just stood out, and he happened to be the best goaltender of his generation.
Yeah, he's got some of the best pad swag. And then what the fuck is his name?
Oh, Daniela Bruce confirmed Ville Husso starts tonight. The first time Lalonde strays away from the 1-to-1 rotation.
Back to back.
Starting back to backs.
Wait, so he just got punished by the Bruins and now he's getting another op for a rebound? How is that the logic?
I'll tell you, I'm in the Detroit area. The flu bug's going around here. I don't want to say Ned's under the weather, but
So he went 28 shots, 33. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. He's mixing up the giant line already. So because Sundqvist is out and Giovanni Smith is in. I don't know why you're putting that much on this game and you're that confident. Is there something else is it the flu? Is that why you're confident? Do you know something that I don't know? Is
Who, me?
Kaprizov is Kaprizov under the Russian flu or something?
No, yeah, no, he's got the Russian gas. He can never get sick.
You cannot get sick. That's
Wow. We have a Rasmussen's suspended, Vrana out. Sundqvist is injured. He's day to day. So that's okay. That's where I was wondering why he was out of the lineup, because I knew Rasmussen had the suspension. Vrana's gone. Wallman and Fabry are still out. Bertuzzi's out. Now Sundqvist apparently is day to day.
Is there a website that like updates these rosters real time? Because I'm looking at ESPN and they have
Yeah. Dailyfaceoff.com, because now the fourth line is not, I said it was Osterley, Suter, and Smith. Now it's Smith, Suter, and Luff.
oh my god.
So maybe Osterley is not playing tonight. Oh, Osterley is playing tonight. Lindstrom's now out of the lineup on defense, so Osterley squeezes it in on defense, so Luff goes on forward.
I'm looking at Light the Lamp right now.
Oh yeah, who's up first?
We have the rotation going Evan first, I'm second, and then you're last. So we gotta wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's right.
I'm last.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Evan, I haven't been able to get a hold of Evan all day, so I don't
I
know.
gave him a buzz. I feel like the filler should just be like whoever has like the most points if you're going first. And like Kubalik has clearly been fucking the best pick in Light the Lamp so far.
Yeah, if he doesn't answer, he has Kubalik.
Yeah.
That sounds legitimate.
I love what I'm seeing from Kubalik. He's got like a kid. He's a big, not small, 6'2". He's can skate decently fast. We got 10 minutes. And he plays really well, like with like highly skilled players. Like when he was playing with like Kane, who was he playing with on his rookie year when he had like 30 plus goals? Was it Taves?
Kane and actually Pew Suter a lot of the time. It was him,
Yeah,
Suter, and Kane.
yeah.
And
He
I mean,
looks.
that's why Suter had such a good couple years in Chicago too, because he was playing with Pat.
Yeah, I remember he had that 1 4 goal game against the
Like
Red Wings.
honestly, I could center you and Kane, and both of us would do pretty well.
Yeah,
We know how
that's
to skate, not compared to NHL players, but with Patrick Kane, we'd still do well.
See, that's like my thing. Like right now, people, okay, 10% of the season is underway. Red Wings are doing maybe less than what they should be doing. Probably not by that much though, but they don't really have like a functional like two centers. So I feel like you can't really get super butthurt if they're not doing bad. Let's say 20 games into the season until they have like the guys they want down the middle, like 1 and 2. And also they don't even have their like second best defenseman on the team. So I like where they're at right now. I know they've played the Red Wings. They've played like
No, who's our second best defenseman that we don't have?
like hypothetically speaking, it should be Edvinson, right?
Oh, yeah, but he's not. So not
Yeah.
right now. He's not. But I
Like
mean, like we've also, I mean, how different? I mean, not that the season could be much different. We got 2 regulation losses.
yeah, I mean,
you know, everybody's acting like the world's coming to a standstill because of the start we had, and then we get 2 doped back-to-back losses.
yeah.
That we're still without Robbie Fabry, who is a top 9 at best in Detroit, possibly a top 6, and unfortunately, we lost Vrana for probably the year.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like,
And I mean, he had a goal and an assist in the 2 games. He was playing awesome.
yup, and that's what they were predicting too. That was like I don't know if they knew that was an anomaly, but the hate on
He's a better player than Anthony Mantha. Yzerman stole him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's better worker. He's in all aspects. The only thing doesn't
And
have
I
is
loved
the
Anthony
size.
Mantha. I got nothing against Anthony Mantha, but it wasn't
Objectively,
working for him in Detroit. It wasn't.
no.
He wasn't even as good as Tyler Bertuzzi, where he should have been hands and away better than him. And it hasn't really been going his way in Washington either. I mean, he's had some bad injuries, but again, it's not going his way.
All right, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I was trying to remember what year after Nathan McKinnon had that really dope rookie year did he like have like a season with like 30 points? Is that his sophomore year or his second year? I remember him being like pretty booty hole after having a sick rookie year for some reason.
I don't remember it being
Let
that.
me-
Oh yeah, 38 points his second year.
It's funny that that's like booty hole for some people. So he had 30, 60, almost the exact same amount of points Raymond had his rookie year, and he's like infinitely better. No offense, Raymond. He's like not infinitely better. He's much better than Lucas Raymond.
He's 8 years older.
Well, I'm saying like at the same age, like he's got like when he was a rookie, he had like all the stuff Raymond has, but he also has the speed and a little bit stronger and said
Yeah,
a notch above.
he was also on a much better team than Lucas Raymond had in his first year.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. They played 7 playoff games that year, so that means he was probably playing with Duchesne all year. Maybe
Yeah,
Landeskog.
Duchesne and O'Reilly, I believe.
Oh my
And
God.
O'Reilly was drafted the same year as second round, and he made the team right out of camp, and he put up 64 points, and he was 37th overall in the draft, and McKinnon was first.
Yeah. I liked Ryan O'Reilly so much on the Sabres. It's great. The Blues plucking him away for like Vladimir or like Saboka and
Also, I was way off. O'Reilly was the same draft. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because McKinnon
not as McKinnon. O'Reilly was drafted the same as Duchesne. Duchesne was 3rd overall. And O'Reilly was 37th overall.
So back to that point. Okay, McKinnon was playing.
But also, yes, you were talking about Ryan O'Reilly. I infinitely love him too.
I love him.
One of my best friends in high school was his brother Callahan.
What? Wait, say that again.
One of my best friends in high school was Ryan's brother.
Friends with his brother.
O'Reilly.
Is he also like a grizzly bear looking guy? Looks like the Wolverine.
Kind of a nerdy looking guy.
All right.
You can look him up. He plays in the AHL still. He actually played. He was the captain of Buffalo's farm team when Buffalo acquired Ryan. And for Ryan's first couple games, they called Cal up and they played together. Yeah, he is currently for the last 4 or 5 years, he's been Philly's AHL captain.
That's pretty good. I saw a video like a couple years ago.
He was like a 6th round pick or a 7th round pick by Nashville back in like 2006. So he's still mucking around. But yeah, he was the nicest guy. You never would have looked at him and been like, there's a hockey player. You would have been like, hey, that guy will watch Star Trek and help me with my science homework.
That's so funny. That's like everybody's reaction when I tell them I was a hocky player. They're like, "Oh, I guess you have the long hair." But no, maybe like
your nose looks like it's been smacked around a few times.
Is that how
mine has to? Don't worry.
I lost my train of thought. I saw a video of them doing training one year, and they were like, they like trained together in the off season. I remember them like either flipping tires on some farm or like doing like axe swings into some like log for like strength training. The O'Reilly brothers.
Oh yeah, their dad is like a trainer and like a mental health trainer. So he's I think he works for the Blues, but he's pretty famous around like the OHL and the NHL for helping a lot of the players.
Dude, that's such a sweet gig. I mean, like whatever you're doing in the NHL, I have a former hockey coach that just got a job with the Sabres. This is according to my dad. I don't know how true it is, but he's the video coach for the Sabres or something. So he's like the guy in the suite that sees like you didn't make a pass to X player and you made it to Y instead, and he like clips that, sends it to the iPad, and you look at it on the bench. Like that's his
job.
Looking
at it at the bench. But before they had iPads and all that, going back like probably the late 90s, mid to late 90s, even maybe early 2000, Jim Bedard was the Red Wings video coach, and my dad, I don't know if they worked together at one point or somehow knew each other or refereed together or played hockey together or something. But yeah, like we had gone up in that suite and it was like, oh, like you're coaching from up here. You're just watching 47 TV screens.
Can you imagine that, trying to like cut like a tape? You like have like film going live. You're like, oh, stop.
Yeah, imagine it 20 years ago. Now it's like click, 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 click. 20 years ago, it would have been like, take this VHS tape out, put it in this one, sidewind this wheel back, slide that over to here, do switch tapes again. And
Players
now
could
it's
literally
literally
just
click,
like
click,
fucking
click.
go on Twitter live, be like after the bench, pull out their iPhone. He's like, "Oh shit, I was supposed to do this. That happened. Fuck. Let me just rewind the ESPN feed."
Yeah, exactly. There's some players that really like the iPads on the bench, and there's some players that just want to fucking toss it at the coach or the referee or another player, probably.
Those are like the same players that like don't like any fucking advertising, and they think that no fan should be in the fucking stadium or something. Like it's a
No, I think it's just like I would think I'm the same. I would be the same way. It'd be like, don't show me this shit. Like, just let me play my fucking game. Talk to me about it after. Because you're gonna show me this shit now. What's gonna happen is now I'm gonna be on the ice thinking about what I should have done in the last shift, not thinking about what I should do now.
yeah.
But I mean, there's also great players like Crosby who, I don't know, maybe don't think or are thinking about everything all at once. Like, they're beyond comprehension of how people see the game. You know, him and Ovechkin and Gretzky. And
All right. She's about to end here. We're gonna have to wrap her up. Who's your light the lamp pick? You got like 10 seconds. I think I have to go first. I'm going with Larkin.
So Evan's got Kubalik, you got Larkin. I'm taking Mo Sider.
All right, that's wrap. Hopefully,
All right,
Mo
buddy. Good
Sider, Mo
talking to
Sider.
you.
Good, looking good. Have fun the rest of the day, bro. Keep in touch.
Let's go.
All right, let me end this. And.